How's it going, Smashers? I'm DatSmashBro and welcome to the Moveset Ideas series. With each new installment of Smash Brothers, there's a lot of new combatants for everyone to enjoy. For this series, I do moveset creations and predictions for potential newcomers. And for this video, we will be looking over a character who is a defense attorney with a sense of justice, known as Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright is a main protagonist of the Ace Attorney franchise. He debuted in the first installment on October 12, 2001 for the Game Boy Advance. Created and directed by Shu Takumi for most games, and published by Capcom, who've created plenty of games like the Street Fighter and Mega Man series. The early games follow Phoenix Wright's journey of being a defense attorney. After the first trial of defending his childhood friend from murder, he became a full-time attorney. His career hasn't been perfect though. He did manage to get disbarred due to mistakenly presenting forged evidence for some time. Since then, Phoenix Wright has continued his legacy with plenty of sequels and spin-offs, and managed to popularize the iconic objection speech bubble as well. He did get an anime of the Ace Attorney games too. Phoenix Wright had made other appearances in other games like Project X Zone 2, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Ultimate, and a crossover with Professor Layton. He was supposed to be in Tatsunoko vs. Capcom Ultimate All-Stars, but was cut due to the objection speech bubble being an issue. Although he has not made any appearances in any Smash Brothers game for some unknown reason, the question is this: what if Phoenix Wright was converted into a playable fighter in Smash? I've managed to put together an entire move set for him. Me and a lot of other people did, but this is my version of it to clear things up. I've also made an illustration of it all so people can have a visual understanding on how the character's fighting style could perform in the game. Disclaimer: what you are about to see is not an official move set by the Smash developers or Sakurai's company. This was made for fun and speculating. While I did made this to be as accurate as possible, the whole move set could be changed if the character were to be included in future installments. So folks, without further ado, let's crack the case for the move set of Phoenix Wright. In Smash, Phoenix will do and perform actions he does in his games. Thanks to Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Sakurai or the future director can paste over some parts or most parts of his moveset to Smash Brothers. For this moveset I've made for him, he will perform 90% of his moves from MVC3. On his size, he will be at a normal height. His attack speed is at a normal pace as well. However, his movement speed is lacking. He won't have any projectiles in this moveset. His assistant Maya will only make one appearance in his attacks, because I want this to be more focused on Phoenix. For his jab attack, he lifts and reads case papers, taps them, and presents it in front of him. This is his light attack that he will do for a normal combo. The last jab can knock back the fighters. For his front tilt, he tosses case papers in front of him. This is an attack that comes from MVC3. This move will have a multi-hit effect on it, due to the papers. His up tilt attack is him throwing papers above him. Just like the front tilt, this attack has a multi-hit effect on it as well. The up tilt can be used to start combos with. The down tilt for Phoenix Wright is him picking up evidence from the ground. The item I have here is a vase. He can pick up different evidence with each down tilt attack. The items will have their own attack power to them. This move is also good for a combo starter. The case paper moves are his weakest attacks in this move set. You won't be able to KO with them at any percentage. Now that we've gotten through his base attacks, let's go to his aerials. For his aerial attacks, he does 2 physical moves, 1 case paper attack, and 2 melee attacks. For his neutral air, he scratches his head. This is also an attack from MVC3. But for this version, he does it in the air. This has a good knockback to it. For the front air attack, he holds and taps on a case paper in front of him. This attack is a 2-hitting move. This can be used as a follow-up attack after a down or up tilt attack. This can KO the other fighters at a high percentage. For the back air attack, he swings his briefcase behind him. This briefcase is from the first episode in the anime. I'm surprised that it hasn't been implemented in MVC3 as an attack. But anyways, this is his strongest aerial attack. It can KO the fighters if timed correctly. The up air for Phoenix Wright is him having an idea spark above his head. This is showed in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 as an input, but in Smash Brothers, this is used as an attack. The spark over his head will be an electric attack he does. This can KO the fighter as well. For the down air, he swings his briefcase below him. Just a simple swing. This attack has a meteor effect on it. You can use any of these attacks for aerial combat. The front and up air attack will be used more as follow-ups. For Phoenix Wright's dash attack, he rides his bicycle. He uses this to get around with. In Smash, this attack will have armor properties to it. This move can KO any fighters at a high damage percent. When he is running, his speed is slow. But when he gets on the bike for his dash attack, he jolts forward. He will be moving more faster than his running speed. Okay, let's go on over to his smash attacks. The smash attacks of his will be 2 of them from MVC3 and 1 original attack. For the forward smash, he points his finger. It will be exactly like this attack from Marvel vs. Capcom 3. The hologram finger will have a decent range to it. This will be a great finisher to any fighter he's up against. For his up smash, he points his finger above him. This has the same effects, like his forward smash attack. Now for his down smash attack, he hits his hands 2 times on a court table. Each hand slap will cause a shock wave to occur on both sides of the table. This attack can also shield you from any oncoming projectiles or attacks. When it comes to his holographic hands, 1 out of 10 chances, a shine will appear at the tip of the finger. If that happens, the attack will do more damage and knock back the fighters to the point of killing them in one go. In other words, his smash attacks has RNG. Now that we are done with the smash attacks, let's do the special attacks for Phoenix Wright. As I mentioned earlier, he has no projectiles in this moveset. Instead, there will be different actions that he performs. For his neutral special, he looks at and gathers evidence. Since he is a defense attorney, he needs to gather evidence for the case he's in. Otherwise, the chances for the judge to rule in the defendant's favor will be shallow. So how does this apply to Smash? If you manage to press the B button before a projectile hit you, you can collect them as evidence. You can only collect 3 of them for this attack. After you've collected up to 3 evidences, you can present them by pressing the B button again. This attack has 2 different mechanics. The first one is this. The evidence attack power will be based on the attack damage from the projectiles. The plasma blast is 13, the rocket is 7, and the fireball is 10. 13 plus 7 plus 10 equals 30. With the projectiles attack power combined, this attack does 30% damage. With all of the projectiles in Smash, you can combine the damage percent of all of them. This move can either be weak, strong, or completely broken. Here's another scenario. Phoenix Wright vs. Sephiroth in a one-on-one battle. Seph uses the most powerful neutral special in Smash history, Giga Flare. Phoenix manages to collect this move as evidence 3 times in a row and uses the evidence attack on Sephiroth. Now, a single Giga Flare attack does 47% in damage. Times this by 3, and this attack will do 141 damage. In other words, this is the equivalent of using a home run bat. The second gameplay mechanic. After you've managed to collect the 3rd and final evidence, his court paper's attack power will increase by 5%. He will be able to use more papers in his front and up tilt attack. This power-up will only last for about 15 seconds of in-game time. Overall, this special attack of his can be a game changer for each match. But if you are fighting any other fighters that lack projectiles attack like Little Mac or Jigglypuff, this move will be like Aqua, completely useless. For the side special, he uses a speech bubble. The one I have on the screen here is the objection bubble. He uses 2 other speech bubbles here as well, and they are take that and hold it. These 3 speech bubbles have different properties to them. For objection, this bubble will act as a shield for Phoenix Wright, because he is interrupting the attack due to someone in court is breaking a rule of trial proceedings. For take that, this acts as a standard attack. This speech bubble could produce 3 different attack elements: fire, ice, and electric. All 3 of these elements will launch the opponent. And for hold it, it will stun the fighter that he gets with this move. The higher the damage percentage, the stun effect will linger longer. So, the speech bubble moves will go in order from objection, to take that, to hold it. For the recovery, he sneezes himself into the air. This is an attack from MVC3 that acts as a launcher. but in Smash, this will be his recovery. To be honest, this was the only thing that I can think of when it came to him recovering. This is just like a cartoon character sneezing really hard and throwing themselves backwards. If you manage to hold down the B button, he will propel himself higher into the air. This can also damage any fighters he collides with. Phoenix Wright's down special is a counter. If a move connects, the judge will slam his gauntlet down on Phoenix and the fighter. This is basically his order in the court hyper move from Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but will act as a counter in Smash Bros. The counterattack will have double the attack power than the move that hit Phoenix Wright in the counter phase. Okay folks, now let's go to his grab attacks. For his grabs, he will be summoning 2 other characters and performs the other 2 by himself. For the forward throw, he summons Missile, the Shiba Inudo, to tackle the fighter. He does appear in one of Phoenix's assists in MVC3. For the back throw, he tosses the fighter behind him and hits them with a hologram finger. He does the same exact thing with his up throw attack. It is similar to his up smash. For the down throw, Maya appears from above and falls onto the fighter. Even Phoenix is surprised by this attack as well. The only throw that will kill here is his up throw. The forward and back throw is to send the fighter launching. The down throw, just like the other down throws I've done, will have a pop-up effect, in which you can do a follow-up attack. Okay now, let's wrap things up with his final smash. The final smash for Phoenix Wright can be his hyper combo from Marvel vs. Capcom 3. He will confront the fighter that he gets with all of the evidence he has against them, and send them flying with a take that attack. This final smash can KO the fighter at a high damage %. He can only trap up to 4 fighters with this move. For the stage, it can be the courtroom. This is the main area for the court cases. The tables and stands can be additional platforms for the fighters to fight on. To KO the opponents, you must launch them into the courtroom's walls or the ceiling above. If the courtroom gets damaged enough, it can turn into the damaged courtroom after it been bombed. In the normal court, the judge will be the only cameo on the stage. So folks, what do you think? Pretty interesting, huh? That's all I have for the moveset of Phoenix Wright. If you have any thoughts or anything you would like to add to this, make sure to put it in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share, and turn on notifications. I also can do video requests for other characters' moveset ideas as well. If interested, you can check out my previous moveset videos I did on this channel. Thank you all for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next moveset. Case dismissed.